this. This is a model. This picture's been around for years and years and years. A guy called Sam Killerman has done a huge amount of work with it. It's pronounced metrosexual, but he's left it and said, look, anybody can have it. It's uncopyrighted. You use it. We want to get the message out. And I thought, great, what a great idea. Think about it, sex. Most people born male, female, we know what it is. Not everybody, about 1 in every 100, not quite sure. They get a really bad deal. A sexual attraction. We don't know the numbers, but around 3 to 6 in every 100 aren't attracted to opposite sex. They're attracted to the same sex, or both. We've got gender identity. Gender identity is that sense of self. And this is where we think everything goes wrong for trans people. Somehow the brain thinks it's female while the body looks to be male, or vice versa. We don't know quite what causes it, but what I do know is you can't fix it. All you can do is learn to cope with it, and that's really what it's about. And finally, the only thing you see is how I express myself. Everything else is hidden. You don't see my genitals. You don't see who I am attracted to. You don't see how I feel about myself. You simply see how I express myself. Is that such an issue? Why does how I express myself have to cause so much challenge? The thing also to notice is it's not about some spectrum with male at one end and female at the other. It's about having both. We all have estrogen. We all have testosterone. It's just the balance that's different. And you can vary that balance with a few pills. We have bodies. We can change those with a little bit of surgery if you want to. But I want to look at the numbers of that. 500,000 trans people estimated in the UK alone. But let me tell you, 30,000 are undergoing some level of clinical care. That's the iceberg tip, isn't it? The real trans community is completely invisible. Nobody knows them. 8,000 have transitioned to live in their new gender, but this is conforming to this gender binary. This is saying, okay, if people accept me, the only way I can do it is if I pretend to be someone. I know I can never be a woman. I know I can never experience what it's like to be late. I can't have those experiences, and I have 50 years, which I enjoyed living as a man. But now I'm somewhere around the middle. 5,000 people have changed their gender legally. That we're talking, the visible trans community is the tip of the iceberg. And then we've got other people saying, what if I'm not male or female? What if I'm neither? Now cope with that one. Suddenly I can't say he, we can't say she. What do we do? Oh my God, I'm going to make a fool of myself. And everybody starts getting, I'm sitting in the loo at this Lee's Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. Suddenly I heard a voice come in. Well, all I can say is this, I think they shouldn't be allowed. In America, they've got separate toilets for them. I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. One sits in the cubicle that side, one sits in the cubicle that side, and they're having this conversation about the rights of trans people, and I'm sitting in the middle thinking, well, did you see that one walking around here? I mean, you don't know what to say, do you? I thought, you're going to get embarrassed in a minute, darling.